Have you ever looked at something you made and realized you don't remember making it? I wish that was the scariest part, because the paintings started showing up before I remembered what happened to Elise. The first painting appeared 3 days after I stopped sleeping. I remember the exact moment because I nearly dropped my coffee when I saw it hanging above my couch. At first, I thought someone had broken into my apartment. The painting wasn't small either, full canvas, oil paint, thick brush strokes, still carrying that sharp chemical smell that clung to my studio after long nights. A woman stood in the middle of it, her face blurred by violent streaks of black paint. Behind her was my apartment hallway, my hallway, down to the crack in the ceiling. I stared at it for a long time, trying to remember when I painted it, because I had to have painted it, right? I live alone. No one else had keys, and the signature in the corner was mine. Same crooked M, same little line through the E I've been doing since art school. I just couldn't remember making it. I convinced myself it was stress. Artists forget things all the time. You lose hours, days, entire nights. So I carried the painting into my studio and laid it against the wall beside unfinished commissions. That should have been the end of it. But that night, he was standing in the hallway, watching me sleep. Next morning, I found another painting. This one was worse. It showed my bedroom, not from the doorway, from inside the room, like someone had been standing over my bed while I slept. The painting was dark and smeared, but I could still make out myself beneath tangled sheets. And in the corner, a shape, tall, thin, watching me. Again, my signature. Again, no memory of painting it.
You're overworking yourself.
How do you forget something like this?
You still taking those sleeping pills?
I looked toward the bedroom, toward the painting. Sometimes.
Mara, you need rest.
Maybe she was right. Maybe exhaustion was turning my brain to mush. But that explanation stopped making sense when I found the sketchbook. I hadn't touched it in days. It sat on my desk beside charcoal pencils and dried paint water. When I opened it, my stomach dropped. Every page had been filled. Not sketches, scenes. Detailed graphite drawings I didn't remember making. One showed me standing in the kitchen at night. Another showed my apartment door slightly open. Another showed me asleep on the couch. Each page grew darker, more frantic. The pencil marks dug so deep into the paper they nearly tore through. Then came the self-portraits. God, I still see them when I close my eyes. My own face stared back at me from the pages, but disordered, smiling too wide, teeth stretched long and uneven. In one drawing, my jaw hung open impossibly far, while hands reached out from inside my mouth. In another, my eyes had been scratched out so violently the paper ripped, and beneath every portrait, the same sentence.
Look closer, look closer, look closer.
Look closer, look closer, look closer. I slammed the sketchbook shut so hard dust flew into the air. My heart was pounding now, hands shaking. I actually checked the apartment for intruders. Closet, bathroom, under the bed. Nothing. But when I came back into the studio, the sketchbook was open again, to a page I knew I hadn't seen before. A drawing of me, standing exactly where I'm standing, looking down at the sketchbook. I stumbled back so fast I knocked over a jar of brushes. Nope, no. Grabbed the book and threw it across the room. Pages fluttered open on impact. That's when I saw the pencil moving. At first, I thought I imagined it. The graphite pencil lay across the center fold of the book, but it twitched, then dragged slowly across the paper. Writing. I couldn't breathe. Every instinct screamed at me to run. I stood frozen as letters carved themselves into the page.
Hello, Mara.
The handwriting was mine. The pencil moved again.
You finally look closer.
I think I screamed. I honestly don't remember. I backed into the wall so hard a frame print crashed beside me. The pencil kept moving.
I didn't think you'd notice me this soon.
What the fuck are you?
You made me.
No.
You just don't remember.
The room suddenly smelled wrong. Wet paint, rotting water. I looked toward the paintings stacked against the walls. Every figure inside them was facing me now. I swear to God they hadn't been before. The blurry woman, the tall shape near my bed, all staring directly at me. The pencil scratched faster.
You see things differently when you paint. You open doors. You let me out.
I ran. I bolted from the studio, grabbed my keys, and nearly tore the apartment door off its hinges trying to escape. But when I reached the hallway, I stopped cold. Because the hallway looked exactly like the first painting. Same dim lights, same shadows, same black smear at the far end. Only now, the smear was moving, slowly unfolding into the shape of a person, too tall, head bent sideways, limbs twitching like wet branches, and behind me, the scratching of the pencil against paper. I turned just enough to see the sketchbook laying open on the studio floor, writing over and over across every page.
Don't leave me alone. Don't leave me alone. Don't leave me alone.
Then the thing at the end of the hallway lifted its head and smiled with my face. I couldn't move. The thing wearing my face stood at the end of the hallway, smiling so wide its cheeks looked split open. The fluorescent lights buzzed softly overhead. Its eyes were wrong, blank, like unfinished parts of a painting where the artist forgot to fill something in. Behind me, the scratching got louder, violent now, desperate. I took one slow step backward into the apartment. The thing copied me instantly. One step forward. Its joints jerked unnaturally as it moved, like frames missing from a film. I slammed the apartment door shut and locked it so hard the chain snapped into place. Then silence. Complete silence. Even the scratching stopped. I stood there shaking, staring at the door, waiting for knocking, for breathing, for something. Nothing came. After maybe a minute, I forced myself to turn around. The apartment looked darker somehow. Not physically darker, wrong darker. Like the shadows had depth now. The studio light was still on down the hall. and in the center of the light, someone was standing there. Elise? The figure stepped forward. It was me.
You need to stop looking at them.
Why?
You made it worse.
What is happening?
You don't remember yet.
Remember what?
You started painting after the accident.
The word hit me like ice water. Accident. Something seared in the back of my mind. Rain, headlights, a bridge at night. Then pain exploded through my skull. The studio erupted with noise. Every canvas in the room slammed to the floor at once. And from inside the studio, breathing, heavy, wet, not human.
It knows you remember.
What is this?
It's what came back instead of her.
The lights exploded overhead. Glass rained from the ceiling. And from the darkness of the studio, something slowly crawled forward onto all fours. His skin dripped like wet paint. Long black hair hung over a face that shifted constantly between Elise's features and mine. Its mouth opened far too wide, and when it spoke, both our voices came out together.
Why did you leave me there?
I ran for the bathroom and locked the door. Immediately, the scratching started again, from the walls, inside the walls, behind me. I turned slowly toward the mirror above the sink. At first, it was only my reflection. Then the reflection smiled. I wasn't smiling. My reflection lifted one hand and slowly wrote 3 words across the fogged mirror.
Let me finish.
The bathroom light went out, and in the darkness, I heard pages turning all around me. Then something started drawing, not in the sketchbook, on the walls, on the floor, on me. I could feel invisible lines carving across my arms, my throat, my face, like someone sketching me into existence or erasing me. And somewhere in the dark, I heard Elise crying, then laughing, then both at once. The last thing I saw before the bathroom door slowly creaked open was my reflection lifting the pencil and pressing it against the glass from the other side. You felt it, didn't you? That moment where something changed. You almost heard it. Play it back. It's clearer the second time. You've been listening to Dead Air. If you enjoyed the episode, follow the show. And remember, listen closely. New episodes every week. Good night. You stayed. We knew you would.
Don't turn around.